Welcome to Voices of ABLE2. I'm Emelou Porquez, Communications Coordinator of ABLE2, and I'm so glad you're joining us here today. This podcast is a new space for something we've always believed in, amplifying the voices of people with disabilities. ABLE2 invites you to listen to the lived experiences of people with disabilities, hear about the challenges they face, the systems they navigate, their achievements, and the important contributions they make to our communities. We will also be hearing stories from allies, family members and caregivers, and the community of supporters and advocates who walk alongside ABLE2 and the disability community. ABLE2 has been part of the Ottawa community for over 50 years. We work with partners to provide the tools, choices, and connections to empower people with disabilities to build lives of meaning and joy. Whether it's through our matching program, legal referral services, housing support, fetal alcohol resource program, funding brokerage, or our advocacy and educational initiatives, our goal is really simple: to build an inclusive community where every person is seen as able, important, and valued. Voices of ABLE2 is an extension of that mission. In each short episode, you'll hear a story, sometimes joyful, sometimes difficult, but always real. These are the voices that don't always get heard in mainstream media, but they matter, and we are here to make sure they're amplified. This season, we'll release 8 episodes featuring people from our community, individuals we support, those waiting for support, families navigating barriers and systemic challenges, volunteers and our supporters who believe in the power of human connection. We hope these stories move you, challenge you, and bring you closer to the heart of what inclusion truly means. We also want to express our gratitude to Voices of ABLE2's presenting sponsor, Sequence Marketing. As one of ABLE2's most trusted partners, Sequence Marketing has played a vital role in amplifying ABLE2's mission, connecting with communities and sharing stories that matter. Known for their creative and people-focused approach, they bring a commitment to storytelling and brand excellence that makes a real impact. Their generous support has made this podcast possible. Today, I would like to welcome Agency Principal of Sequence Marketing, Veronique Soucy. Vero, welcome to Voices of ABLE2.
Hi, Emelou. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. So first of all, please share with our listeners more about Sequence Marketing and what you do and how long you have been serving in the community.
Yeah, Sequence Marketing has been around for quite some time. The founder of the company, John Bishop, started a company that was not named Sequence Marketing, but started 2 decades ago, actually. And throughout the years, it became B Media Shop and eventually Sequence Marketing, more recently Sequence Marketing. I've joined the organization about 7 years ago, and John and I have been working together, building this company with a great team. So essentially, Sequence Marketing is a full service marketing agency. It's based in Ottawa, but our team is all over Canada. We have people working in Montreal, Toronto. Through COVID, we found it interesting to open up the talent pool. And so we have a hybrid model, and we have clients all over the country as well. So most recently, we've just landed a new client in the Toronto area. So it's good to have Toronto people when you have a client in Toronto. So we do everything from, branding, digital campaigns. We do design, everything that a marketing agency does. And basically, when we start working with a new client, we become their marketing department. Whatever their needs, we're there for them from crib to grave, whatever they need. And I know that ABLE2 has been a client for quite some time, and it's been just a pleasure working with your team, Emelou. So creative, evening in the Maritimes is fun to work on with all the lobster creative. So yeah, amazing. And so that's what we do.
Awesome. And yeah, we are really grateful to have partners like Sequence Marketing. And in, everything that ABLE2 does, especially with our signature fundraiser Evening in the Maritimes. Um, so if you could tell us what inspired Sequence Marketing to partner with ABLE2, and what did this partnership look like in the beginning?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, John and I firmly believe in giving back. We've been lucky in business and it's part of our values. We need to give back to the community. And Able to was our organization of choice because of the mandate, because of the mission. It has such an impactful how could I say this? Sorry, my English is good, but I'm French first, just for the listeners.
Yeah.
So sometimes I will translate as I go. But I just feel like Able to is just inclusive, it's deeply human, and it just the support that you give to the community creates, helps people live better lives. And I
Mhm.
think for us, it was just easy to say, you know what, let's help this organization as best we can. And it just bloomed and grew into a bigger partnership. But we just feel connected with the Able2 team. And again, just because of the impact that it has in the Ottawa community, and even more than the Ottawa community. I think it's not just in Ottawa, correct? You guys are a little outside of Ottawa as well when it
Mhm.
comes to the the people you're helping.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it's so great that you chose ABLE2, because in 2020, when ABLE2 rebranded to what it is now. So for our listeners who are not aware, ABLE2 was previously known as Citizen Advocacy of Ottawa, and Sequence Marketing led the rebranding, the brainstorming, strategizing on what this rebrand would look like. So Vero, if you could tell us more about what that looked like on your side as well.
Yeah, it was quite the work to rebrand Citizen Advocacy because, we wanted something catchy, but
Mhm.
also something that was respectful, inclusive. So how we do the rebrand is we put all of the all of the elements, the values of the organization, the mission, the vision. Where is that organization going? And what are they doing exactly? And we just started coming up with, as a brainstorm, as a team, lots of names, lots of different options. We thought citizen advocacy sounded a little too, it sounded almost like something having to do with the law more than helping people, right? It sounded government. We didn't want that. We wanted to make sure that it was something to remember as well, easy to remember, easy to
Mhm.
pronounce. And so we started playing around, and somebody kept saying like, you know, they're able to help. They're able to, and then somebody, I don't remember who, but somebody said, well, how about able to? And then they said a little like Chio. So every letter means something.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was so cute. Ability, benevolence, liberty, empowered. It is those words are so powerful and they
Mhm.
really truly represent the mission of Able2. So we were so happy when that person came up with the acronym and we were like, it makes sense. And then we just decided to do it in French as well because
Yeah.
Able2 serves the Francophone community. And so we had to come up with the same words in French. So aptitude, bienveillance, liberté et engagé. So it was just fantastic. And then we did the whole creative, the design of the logo. And the way that we do this, we have multiple designers on our team. So we want to give a chance to all the designers, not only the designers that were working on citizen advocacy before I became Able2, but all the designers, because it's a fun process, to be able to create something and put colors and use which font and yeah. So it was truly fun and also very rewarding because
Mhm.
after when our team presented this to your team, um, everybody was so happy, and this
Mhm.
is exactly why we do these things. We want the clients and our partners to be happy with what we deliver. And I remember how they were even like surprised. They were like, "Oh, I like it." It wasn't like, no, I think it
Yeah.
really resonated with them. So it was truly, it was a success, and for everyone. And I think it was really great.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say really was when I came on to Able2, what a powerful and empowering name, because it sort of represented, the people we're supporting, that they're able to, because of our support, they're able to do it themselves rather than having someone advocate for them. So
Okay.
it's how the whole values and mission and vision of Able2 is being represented in that name by itself. So how I wish I was part of that rebranding process. It must have been really fun and so, like overwhelmingly positive from both our ends, your agency and Able2 as well.
100%.
Yeah. Um, so this podcast, Voices of Able2, is about amplifying the voices of the disability community. What does that mean for your agency as presenting sponsors for this podcast?
So, like I said, it means the world to us to be a partner of Able2
Mm.
for a variety of reasons. But I think mostly because we know it truly makes people's lives better. And that's the bottom line. And Emelou, you and I have worked on different projects, videos, and stuff like that. We've done a ton of interviews with people who benefit from the program, volunteers who are part of this amazing initiative. All the initiatives. I said program, but all the initiatives, all of the programs. And bottom line is when you see the people and when you talk to them and when you hear what they have to say about Able2 and how they were not able to do something and now they are,
Mhm.
some of them were not able to, get out of their house. They weren't able to socialize, and now they are because of Able2. So it was easy for us to say, you know what, if this podcast is able to spread the word, educate, talk about all these successes, talk about all these success stories, really success stories. And if this is going to do, if this is the mission for the podcast, then we want to be part of it. Because I was a radio host for a long time in a prior life, and there is nothing more powerful than giving someone a voice. And
Mhm.
so this podcast, what you guys are doing is you're literally giving people a voice to express
Mhm.
themselves. And then people on the receiving end can hear all these stories that are touching and, true stories that just touch your heart. It's just, every time I speak to somebody that works at Able2 that is benefiting from the programs or the volunteers, these people are just so inspiring. And so I'm happy that you get to tell their stories and that people can actually learn more about this wonderful initiative and all these programs that Able2 put together for the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree. It's giving these people the platform to amplify their voices. Is what, truly matters in this day and age when there's just so many voices, competing with each other and just vying to get your attention. But I think that because of your support, because of Sequence Marketing, and because of our partnership with Able2, we're able to help these voices be more in the mainstream or be more heard in the community. So yeah, really appreciate your generous support for Able2 over the years.
Our pleasure.
Lastly, what do you hope listeners and the rest of the community will take away from this podcast?
Sequence Marketing, our whole team, John and I, as business owners, we want people to support Able2. I think that's the number one thing you can do. I know there's a lot of, organizations that do wonderful things.
Hmm.
And, but you know what? There's a lot of organizations that have a lot of support. There's a lot of organizations that are well known, and I'm not saying take all of your support, whether it's monetary, financial support, whether it's volunteering
Mm.
support that you can offer, whatever kind of support you can give to an organization. Sometimes it's like you want to choose maybe two organizations. Maybe you're already giving to one. Maybe you're already giving time to an organization. But I feel like ABLE2's mission is so powerful that it makes life better, not just for the benefiters, but for the community. It
Mhm.
trickles down to a better life in the community for everyone. Because when people are unhappy or when people are, you know, unable to do stuff that's basic, it makes life for everybody around the families, you know, the employers. It impacts everyone. So
Mhm.
when people are, empowered and able to do whatever they want to do, and because ABLE2 is there, then it makes overall life better.
Mhm.
So it's a huge impact. I don't think people understand how it truly impacts the whole community on so many levels, so many levels. So yeah, I would like people to um, give any way they can, whether it's financial or volunteering. I think that it's or championing something, a program, sponsoring the event. You have even giving auction items.
Mm.
If you're a business that can give, or an individual that has art pieces and you want to put that in the silent auction this year. There's so many ways that you can help this great organization that is ABLE2. So we are proud. Sequence Marketing is proud to support ABLE2, and we will continue to support. And I hope that the conversations inspires others to do the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is so, so wonderful. And thank you so much again, Vero, for taking the time today to chat with me and really truly appreciate everything that Sequence Marketing has done for ABLE2 through the years. It's just very wonderful to work with your team and everyone who has helped, amplify and raise and elevate ABLE2's profile in the community. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Emelou. Thank you. And thank you to your incredible team at ABLE2. And thank you for letting Sequence Marketing, letting our team be part of your journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sequence Marketing, for helping us make inclusion heard. Thank you for tuning in to Voices of ABLE2. This is just the beginning. We have a season full of powerful stories and important conversations ahead. Be sure to follow ABLE2 on social media and visit our website so you don't miss the next episode when it drops in the next coming weeks. We can't wait to share more voices that matter with you. If you'd like to learn more about what we do or how you can get involved with ABLE2, visit able2.org. Join us next time for another story that deserves to be heard.